This is Cecil Allen-Moore, and thank you guys for joining us and for subscribing to my channel and liking my videos. But after last week, we probably left a lot of y'all wondering if we got it running.
Smoke for a little while. He's alive. Back there and see how it sounds.
Fire in the hole. Woo, she purring like a kitten.
Less and less, maybe.
Yeah, it's getting better.
The guy I got it from, my buddy Mike, got it from another buddy of mine, Gino. And Gino has had it for quite a while, and he tried to buy it for 28 years from the original owner. Gino got it from the original owner. And Gino was telling me that it was just pulled over and parked because it had a snap balancer boat. And it ran, and that he had it running himself and put new brakes on it, which I see the new brake stuff. I noticed it had new brake stuff on it when it came here, and he put a new set of tires on it, which the tires are new, other than they're just old and kind of starting to dry rot a little, but they're not wore out or anything. As you can kind of see here. Practically new. So we're working on getting this thing cleaned up and detailed. I've got it all soaked down right now. You can see in here I took some cheap oven cleaner and doused everything down in a foam encasement or cocoon of oven cleaner. Everything below the hood or fender level right here. I didn't do any of this stuff, but everything from here down. Got it encasement, and then hosed everything off. And then I took a screwdriver and a wire brush and a couple other tools like some picks, and tried to scrape everything loose I could. Got all the road tar out of the control arms and all the junk around the bolts I could get off, all the big gunk. There was quite a bit that was still caked on there. Off the heads, off the valley pan. Off the valve covers, off the heads around the spark plugs, and I scraped as much off of the frame as I could to get ready for a second coat we're about to do. There you can see our oven cleaner cocoon. It's thicker than this when you first spray it. This is the second encasement of oven cleaner that I've put on it. I did it once, just like the engine was. I didn't scrape anything off or anything else, and so I did it once and then sprayed it off after 24 hours, and it got it pretty good and clean. But we still had to scrape off a lot of asphalt and tar from the frame, and there was still some grease on the engine left. And it's got oven cleaner on it right now. It looks like it's dry, but I let it soak for 24 hours again last night with a second coating. It was all completely encased in foam when I left it last night. And I'm about to spray it down with some water and see if we can get the rest of, just like this little grease. I don't know if you can see that bolt there. Little grease left around them, a little here and there. We want to get all that off. Steering box, it's a little cleaner than it was. I've got some junk down in there I still got to get out. We want to get it all cleaned up so we can paint this thing. Underneath the hood, get all the fender wells painted up and get it looking like it should. And get ready to put a radiator in and our balancer back on, water pump back on, accessories, brackets, all that stuff, and get her going again. I figured, what the hey, it's already kind of halfway apart. The balancer and stuff was off of it, the radiator was out of it, and I thought, let's go ahead and detail this thing before we put it together. It might take some of this stuff getting wet for a minute, kind of rehydrating and then breaking loose too. So I've used oven cleaner many times to degrease engines like this right here. I've got foam down in the intake ports. I've been vacuuming it out after we give these douses. I've got some foam in the distributor port there too. And after I do all this, we're going to change the oil before we fire it back up. So in case any water got down in the engine or anything like that, we're going to really just focus on getting this motor to run in the optimal way that it can and give it the best chance at life it can have. Save the Cadillacs, right? If y'all are enjoying any of this content, be sure to like and share and subscribe and follow and all that other stuff wherever you're seeing this at. As more and more people say they're digging the hot rod content, so we're going to keep giving it to you. We enjoy fooling with these old cars and bring them back to life. Some of this grease is going to require me to get in here with a brush too. I scraped it a little bit with a screwdriver between the first and second cleaning. So the next method I'm going to use, just to get all the whatever the residual is that's left over, I'll be using some lacquer thinner on an old toothbrush and probably a wire type brush as well. All that stuff's coming off there though. Give it a pretty liberal dosing. wash that stuff off wherever I put it, which is pretty much everything from the hood down. Really focus on just doing the engine for now, and after I get the engine sprayed off, we'll spray some more of this frame and junk. A lot of gunk coming off. Definitely is. I'll have to scrub on that transmission a little bit more. The bell housing. These manifolds got doused with transmission fluid when I was doing the do to them. Well, not to them, but to fill the cylinders with transmission fluid. So it kind of got puked all back out all over the place. Sometimes you can just be a little persistent with this water, and it will eventually break this stuff loose. Good November day to be getting wet out here. Not too cold or anything. Some of that stuff's starting to come off. On back there. So persistence or perseverance, as my buddy Jake Flippin out in Jackson, Tennessee would say. That's what takes this home. Spend a little time on it. Don't be afraid to. Any water gets in the engine, we're going to be vacuuming out with a wet dry vac and a little hose I can put down the plug ports, and we'll throw a little oil in there too just to make sure it's lead back up and displacing the water that might have got it in there and made its way back in there or whatever, because we just got it unstuck and we don't want it get it stuck again. Not that it would be that hard to get unstuck at this point, but still. Just gonna take our time with all this. Do it the right way. After this drenching, we'll drain all the oils and waters out of the block. I'm going to flush the block a little with probably some vinegar. Throw that in there for a few hours and let it kind of dissolve any corrosion that's kind of built up anywhere, and see if it'll help me out in the long run. And yes, you did hear that right. I'll be filling this engine block with white vinegar. I'll probably block those ports up and fill them up from the heads up and just make sure it's full. Step over here to this side now. Yeah, it's coming clean. They say they'll still need scrub here and there. We'll do that. Put some lacquer thinner on a brush, like I said, and then get all this junk nice and degreased and ready to put some paint and primer and junk on to get it looking a little better. Ever done this? Let me know. What's your favorite way to degrease or clean an engine bay or any of this stuff? What do y'all do? What's the steps you do? Let me know. Once again, folks, if y'all are enjoying this kind of content, just like and share and subscribe and follow my pages. We're going to be doing the full build on this Cadillac. I did the walk around video already, and we filmed a few other videos and got them ready to release. But we're gonna be doing the full Monty on how we got this thing back on the road, and then what we do to beautify it from there, as well as building an interior for it. What do y'all think we should do with this thing? Paint it back white? It's original white with a gray interior. Should we go back white with a gray interior? Or should we add some flair to it? Do a custom interior? Or a version of the stock interior and custom colors? Or what do y'all think? This thing is a nice, complete 60 Coupe de Ville. So we want to really make something out of it. I know the second owner of it, and he knows the guy who bought it new, so we have a detailed history of this car. We know it was bought new in Chattanooga, Tennessee. Everything came out nice and clean. We got a few little areas that still have some grease clinging on, but we're going to take some lacquer thinner and an old toothbrush and work on those areas and help it break free from this old block and get this sucker ready to start painting and detailing, get it back together and running again. Be sure to subscribe to our channel if you're liking the content, and like this video and tell us what you think. We just dip our brush and we just kind of saturate some of these areas that have some grease on them. I give it a minute to saturate it. It's kind of like dishwashing liquid. You put it on there and you let it sit for a minute to try to loosen it up. And it'll absorb into the grease that's left able to dry out all of the oils that are in it. It'll evaporate, and it will break it all up. All right, here's where we're at after a couple of cleanings with the oven cleaner and the scrub down with some lacquer thinner, and it's looking pretty good. You can see some there's some stuff right here that we just need to take some compressed air to and blow away. We're gonna wipe everything down one more time and with some lacquer thinner, but it came pretty clean. And you can see the steering box and all that stuff came pretty clean. Not much left to do though. Pull some wires out of the way and make sure to tape everything up. I'm gonna try to paint that firewall back white while I'm doing this too, so it looks nice under here. Just everything below hood level. Get the tops of those fenders that wrap around to the inside. I'm gonna hit those with some body work and get them looking cleaner, and fix my battery tray. Get a radiator in this thing, and we're gonna see if we can get it back on the road before Christmas. I'd like to. We'll see. It's coming quick. What do y'all think? Can we get it done? Thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button and also subscribe to the channel, and make sure you click the notifications bell to stay tuned for the next chapter in the Coupe de Ville Chronicles.